Good morning, everyone. My name is Monique Bryant. I serve as your Director of System Outcomes, and I'm also the Regional HMIS Admin for the Northwest Louisiana region. And I wanted to quickly come on. We've been having some technical issues here, but I wanted to come on and just give you some updates concerning the things that'll be happening here in the month of January. And so, as you know, every year in January, we perform the point in time count. This year will be a little bit different. I'm going to be reaching out to all of my shelter providers here soon, if not today, maybe tomorrow, or at the latest by Friday, so that we can talk about some things that need to happen this year relating to shelters. So, the first thing that I need you guys to know is that point in time is going to be January the 22nd of 2024, which means we'll start doing surveys on January 23rd, 2024, for everybody who spent the night outside or in a shelter the night of January 22nd. Now, what that is going to mean is the same thing that it means every year. We need live data entered on January the 22nd. So anybody who comes into your shelter and they are going to stay the night of January 22nd, please, please, please don't wait to backdate them the next day. Go ahead and enter those folks in that day into HMIS. We need that live data entered. You guys did a really great job with that last year. And so we just want to make sure that everything falls in line this year as well. The other thing that we need you guys to do in preparation for a point in time is to just make sure, starting now, that all of your folks who are in your shelter are entered into HMIS. Please, please, please make sure that everybody that you have in your shelter currently up until January 22nd is already inside of HMIS with all of their data updated. Also, anybody that is hanging out in HMIS in your shelter or any inventory, permanent supportive housing, whatever your program is, anybody who needs to be exited. I know sometimes we kind of wait and kind of collect those folks and maybe exit them all at one time. But if there's anybody who needs to be exited, please go ahead and exit those folks. And please have them exited by January 22nd so that you can have fresh inventory. Everybody who's in your program is in HMIS, and everybody who is not or no longer in your program has been exited from HMIS. It's going to be very, very important for the point in time process. So please, please, please adhere to that. If you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out to us and we can help guide you through that process. All right. Again, we have been having some technical things happen here. I recently lost all of my emails, all of my calendar appointments and things like that. So I really had to go in and re-enter everybody, make my different groups and things like that so that we can start communicating. We're back on track as far as receiving emails and sending out emails. I have created the email list, and I'm pretty sure you guys got the email that I sent out this week. If you did not, let me know and we can get that set up for you guys. I did want to touch on some technical things as it relates to shelters. So if you have a shelter and you use what was formerly known as Shelter Point, it's just called Shelters now, you may have seen some issues with exiting your clients. When you go to the shelter module and you go in to exit your client, I'm going to show you here on the screen. This is just my test account with my name. So I already have a shelter entry here. So I'm going to go over to shelters. just to kind of show you what I'm talking about. And here I am. I am in A wing bed 1. And so normally to exit your people from the shelters, of course, you'll just go here to the red checkout button, and this little assessment will pop up. Well, normally you have a different assessment right here. But since the system has been broken, you have this apply funds for service. This should not be here. This is a glitch in the system. And Will Sky knows about it. I did get an email this morning saying that there is a fix in place. I have not seen that translate into our live system yet. It still says apply funds for service, but once they push it through, it should work. And so I'll just kind of send a alert to everybody in the agency news module on Service Point, so that when you log in, you'll see that, hey, the fix is in place. You can go forward as normal. What we're asking you guys to do right now, you can actually exit your client, but it's gonna freeze up on you when you save and exit. You just go back out of it, and then when you come back in, that client will be exited. However, the other thing that you can do for now is just move that client to an overflow bed. And then once you move that client to an overflow bed, once the fix is in place, you can go ahead and go into that module and exit everybody who's in your overflow section that needs to be exited. And that is the fix we have in place right now. I'm hoping that at least by tomorrow, we will have that fix pushed out to everybody, and you can use your shelter module as normal. All right. The other thing on the technical front that I just kind of wanted to reiterate, I did a video, I think my last video talked about the data standards changes and things that needed to be kind of updated in the system for people who were already in your system as of October 1st. Let me see, I'm going to go back over here, go into this test client, and this is really pertaining to permanent supportive housing. So if you have a permanent supportive housing project, this is for you. So listen up. So I have excuse me, an entry done for Easter Seals permanent supportive housing project, right? So I am just going to go into the entry exit pencil here, save and continue. Anybody who was in your programs as of October 1st up until the current date and beyond will need to have the question, and your assessment may be a little bit different. It may be set up a little bit different because Easter Seals is set up different from, let's say, community support program. So these questions may not be in the same place, but you have the questions added to your, everybody, all permanent supportive housing projects has the program, has these questions added to their assessment. And so the questions that need to be updated, number one is the sexual orientation. So there's a drop down and it has selections, and I don't know if you can see this on your screen, because sometimes when you do the drop downs, you can't see what's actually being pulled up when you use this screen share. But once you click that down arrow, you'll have heterosexual, gay, lesbian, bisexual, questioning / unsure, other, and then you'll have those client doesn't know, client prefers not to answer, and data not collected. Of course, we want you to ask this question when it's appropriate. You don't have to just round everybody up and, ask them this question. But as your case managers are going out and meeting with these participants, just make sure that, when it's appropriate, ask that question and get it updated in the system. It's a new question that was added as of October 1st. And the reasoning behind the question is HUD wanted to make sure that nobody was being discriminated against based on their sexual orientation. So that is why that question is there. because I know I had a lot of questions about that question. It wasn't something that came through locally. This was a national thing that came about with the data standards changes. So please, please, please make sure you get those questions updated again for anybody who was in your system as of October 1st up until current, and then from here on out. Just make sure that as you're bringing people in currently, that you're getting that question answered so that they can see who's being housed and if there's, any group of people who are being discriminated against because of their sexual orientation. The other question that has been added is translation assistance needed. Again, you should have this question. And this is not just for permanent supportive housing. There are other projects who have this question as well, but it's translation assistance needed. And basically, it's just a yes or no question. Does this client need any translation assistance? If you click yes, then you're going to get another field to fill out that says preferred language, and it has about 25 or so different languages that you can choose from. It also has, if there's a different language that's not included on the drop down, you can type that language in right here. So please, please, please make sure we are completing the translation assistance question as well as the sexual orientation question. And again, I just want to reiterate, your questions may not be in this same location. It's going to be in entry exit for sure, but it may not be all the way down to the bottom like this Easter Seals assessment. So just kind of keep that in mind when you're looking to update those questions. All right. And I think that is all for now. And I will be reaching out, like I said, to all of my shelter providers to set up a time to talk about what needs to happen as far as point in time, because it is a little bit different this year. But I appreciate you guys for watching. Sorry we couldn't meet in person. Again, Happy New Year to you guys. We will be sending out correspondence soon concerning our new setup, whether it's Zoom or whatever it is, but it won't be Microsoft Teams anymore. But we will be sending out information really soon about that. And again, thank you guys for watching. We will talk soon.